We are back on Taking Care of Business on Current Radio, News Talk, 1180, 1230, KGEO, 1410, KERI, 1000 KKIM in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and now on the Internet in the San Francisco Bay Area on knookmedia.com. Our guest by phone is a good friend of the show, Wayne Allyn Root, the author of The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide, a book I highly, highly recommend. So, excuse me, Wayne, let's talk a little bit about this, that FCC, and I just caught the beginning of it this morning on my way in. So the story says that they can track every single newsroom?
Well, what they're saying is they're going to send, how about this quote, researchers at the FCC, Federal Communications Commission, will send researchers into newsrooms across America. And what they're going to do is they want to find out, they want to study critical information needs. They want to grill reporters, editors, and station owners about how they determine which stories run and which stories make the headlines. This is unbelievable. If you read between the words, they're basically saying censorship. They want to know if you say something that's critical of Obama, they want to intimidate you to stop you from saying it, with someone sitting in the newsroom with you representing the government. They also mention that the needs of the disadvantaged of America need to be upheld. So they want to know if the news is helping people who are, quote-unquote, disadvantaged. I guess that means black, minority, poor. Mm-hmm. This is unbelievable. First of all, it's none of the government's business how a headline is created. It's none of the government's business what news makes the top stories. It's none of the government's business whether reporters pitch a story and their bosses turn it down. And it's none of the government's business to determine who's disadvantaged and whether the news appeals to disadvantaged people. All of it is part of a communist tyrant, a communist dictatorship's view of news. This is more propaganda than news that Barack Obama is looking for.
No question
very
about
dangerous, very scary.
And you know, something you talk about in your book, which I highly recommend, The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide, is the fact that, you know, he wants to transform America, and he's doing a heck of a great job, unfortunately. He's transforming America.
Well, that was his goal. I mean, that was my article, you know, just a few days ago, is Obama accelerating the collapse of America. And so many things are happening. People are avoiding or being distracted or ignoring what's going on around them. They're so busy, they don't have time, or they just don't want to believe the worst. But some really bad things are happening. You know, like Ben Carson has become a good friend of mine, Dr. Benjamin Carson.
I like him a lot.
He went on Fox and he used the word Gestapo. I'm sure, you know, people hate him for doing that, and liberals call you hysterical and comparing Obama to Nazis. But this is Gestapo-like, the way Obama uses the IRS to go after his opponents, and the way Obama now wants to use monitors in the newsroom. And, you know, what he proposed last week, which is a change to Obamacare, that if you're a company with 50 to 99 employees, you no longer have to use Obamacare. But only if you swear in writing under oath that you didn't fire anyone because of Obamacare to get under the 100 threshold, the 100-employee threshold. Well, folks, that's communism. Yeah. Government cannot ever have a say or control over your hiring and firing decisions, because if government controls that, then it's communism. That's the definition of the Communist Manifesto. It's right there in writing. Government control over business and over the critical decisions of business. And Obama proposed that, and nobody's blinking an eye, folks. It's frightening.
Yeah, and the scary thing is that's you know, having the camel's nose under the tent, because once you start that, it's a slippery slope as far as them making, you know, getting their nose involved in any kind of decision a business makes. So
well, they're already
scary.
Involved in a million decisions. I mean, you know, you look at Obama's EEOC, Marty, the EEOC, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. They ruled a year ago that employers don't have a right to do criminal background checks on black employees.
Right.
You heard what I said. It's almost impossible to believe. Can you imagine if I created a law just for white people? Mm-hmm. Just for white employees? He's saying that if you're black, you can't have a criminal background check. Why? When the court asked them why, they actually said with a straight face, because such a large percentage of young blacks have a criminal record, they've served time in jail, that they'd never get hired if you asked their background. So that's racism.
Yeah.
They actually said that. And the judge said, well, is it okay to do criminal background checks on white job applicants? Yes. The Obama EEOC said, yes, we have no problem with you doing background checks on white people, but you can't do it on blacks. So, Marty, if a black employee, a prospective employee, a job applicant comes to me with a criminal background of being in jail for murder or attempted murder or rape, and he's going to deal with my female customers, and I'll be sued for millions of dollars and be put out of business because he murders or rapes somebody, I can't check because of the color of his skin. If this isn't absurd, I just don't know what is anymore. I'm at the point where it's almost like this administration is a bunch of comedy writers for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah, it's nutty. We're having a conversation with Wayne Allyn Root, the author of an excellent book I highly, highly recommend, The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide. Yeah, Wayne, this is nuts. This is absolutely crazy. I mean, I can't believe what he's getting away with out there. And it's what's mind-boggling to me is that the media's, accomplished. They're just accomplished. They're just going along with this.
Well, they're going along with it because they believe in the same things he does, and I tried to warn everybody. In my book, The Ultimate Obama Survival Guide, I've got an entire chapter called The Banana Republic that explains why the media goes along with this stuff, because they're all brainwashed Kool-Aid drinking commies like him. Yeah. When I went to Columbia University, all my classmates bragged that they were communists, every one of them. They believed in Karl Marx. They thought America was a terrible country. They wanted to destroy capitalism and bring the system down. And today, where are all those classmates? Well, Obama was my classmate. He's president of the United States. And a lot of other my classmates are in his administration. And the rest of them are all in the media. It's unbelievable how many of my classmates who hated America and said that out loud all the time for 4 years are now in the media as big shots, executive producers on the biggest shows in America. These are the same people. They've been drinking the same Kool-Aid for 30-plus years.
Yeah, it's nuts. Can we stop Obamacare, or is it just a runaway train right now? Is there anything we can do to stop it?
I don't know if you could stop it. I'm writing a chapter for my new book. It'll be out in July. And my new book has a chapter called Beating Obamacare. And basically it says, and again, I can't help you if you're poor, but if you have money, the only way to beat Obamacare is you go around the system and you have a private doctor and you agree to pay for cash for all the procedures. In the end, that'll probably be cheaper than going through Obamacare with its giant deductibles, It's not like if you have cancer. Okay, we get that. The bill might be $200,000. But for any procedure, even like a CAT scan that costs $2,000, in the future, I think your best bet is to have, first of all, a private concierge physician, which generally costs about $3,000 a year, and that physician only sees X amount of clients, patients, and you and your family will always get in the moment you need them. You have a sniffle, they let you in this hour. You call, you come right over. That's the first thing you're going to have to do. Second of all, when you need something like, say, a CAT scan for $2,000, well, under Obama's system, everyone's deductibles have just been raised dramatically. So you're going to get a lot of that bill anyway. So why not just go directly to a CAT scan place and offer to negotiate in cash with no insurance company involved? They'll probably drop the bill from $2,000 to $200, but your deductible on a $2,000 CAT scan would have probably been $600 with the insurance company because of the new higher Obama co-pays and deductibles. Yeah. So you're better off doing everything in cash and avoiding the government, number one. And number two, you're better off eating healthy, working out every day, never miss a day of workout, 7 days a week, and eat organic food and pop vitamin pills all day long, and in the long run, you'll never be in the system, this disastrous government-run Obamacare system, if you're not sick. And I never get sick, so I'm never in the system. And when I do, I got sick literally the other day, as I say this, was the first time I've had any sort of an illness in like 10 years. And I went to a local urgent care where I paid cash with my Visa, with my Visa card. It's not really cash. I just paid myself out of my own pocket, gave them my credit card. I didn't use an insurance card. That's the future of medicine for average, middle class, and above people in this country. Mm-hmm. Use your own money, stay out of the system, and concentrate on being healthy and popping vitamins and eating healthy and working out so you never get sick in the first place. Because once you get sick, you're trapped in a horrible system that will just be disastrous for you and your family.
And what happens when businesses start getting, their plans non-renewed in, 2015 or 2016? 2015.
Yeah, well, now I think it's going to be like 15 and 16 instead of 14 because Obama pushed it beyond the point of the election. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Isn't that, a big surprise? He didn't want anybody to wind up losing, millions of people to wind up losing their insurance right before the election.
Surprise.
The fact that a president could wake up one day and for political purposes change the timing for one group of businesses so that millions of people don't lose their insurance because of him, so that he could try and win the election, and the Republicans let him get away with that, is beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, it makes no sense at all to me. And when that happens, you talk about a system collapsing. I used to do a lot of long-term care and insurance, and when we were doing the presentations for agents, one of the things that we talked about was the fact that the Medicare system was going to collapse at this rate, the Medi-Cal system. But now, with so many people going on Medi-Cal, I mean, it's a disaster. This system can't.
Well,
it's going to break from its own weight.
This was my argument from day one. I don't know how other people didn't get it. What I said from day one was Barack Obama actually said the following words: Medicare is not Medicaid. Medicare is going to eat up the entire American budget within 10 to 20 years.
No question about it.
The whole budget.
No question.
And then he said the answer is Obamacare, which puts everyone on Medicare and Medicaid.
Yep.
Does that make any sense at all? How did anyone buy into this?
None at all.
You know, what's driving you into bankruptcy is like 5% of the American people in one program just bankrupting the whole budget, and you're going to now put the other 95% in the same program that bankrupted us.
Yep. Wayne,
didn't anybody look at this and go, how crazy is that?
Yep, we got 15 seconds left. It's the Ultimate Obama Survival Guide. I highly, highly recommend the book by Wayne Allyn Root. Wayne, thank you for the time. Don't go anywhere. I want to talk to you after we're done, okay?
You got it. Thanks, Marty.
We'll see you in 167 hours on Taking Care of Business on Current Radio News Talk 1180.